Mic test 1 2 3 3 2 1. Microphone test 1 2 3 3 2 1. I hope you're getting me loud and clear, because most definitely it's important that you get me loud and clear. There is a lot on my mind today, a lot on my agenda. And again, thanks for being patient. Thanks for your understanding. And thanks for the fact that you're still there, wondering. You missed the live yesterday and the day before. But circumstances without my control led me to be that inconsistent regarding being there for you. But I'm still here and making sure that the statement is not just read, spelled out, but emphasize. Emphasize. And every word I speak, whenever I speak these words, bear in mind that to the title of my statements, I stand behind. No apologies. Now I'm going to borrow the phrase, and I'm going to own it. One Guyana. President Irfan Ali, I'm taking the One Guyana slogan. I'm taking it. I'm going to own it. One Guyana slogan. I'm informing you that I'm taking it. So you know, at the end of the day, if I can embrace the One Guyana slogan passionately and aggressively, then the rest of the world would understand that I don't need to justify my words or my actions regarding protecting the sanctitude of the One Guyana phrase. One Guyana means exactly what it means. One Guyana. That's what it means. I was greeted by the front pages. And I recommend, there are a lot of lazy people in our society who somehow likes to listen to videos, and they do not capitalize on that ability they have, the ability that they are now being afforded free, which is reading. Reading. You see, a lot of the Guyanese people, not allegedly, but as a matter of fact, a lot of the Guyanese people are lazy, But that doesn't mean you shouldn't read. Don't just read quotes on Facebook. Don't just read some nice text that you want to send a girl. There are more important things that you can read that is so big, the captions are so big that you have no excuse. You don't need a glasses like me to read it. And I'm talking about these headlines in the newspapers. In the newspapers. If you are familiar with a newspaper, they're called Times Guyana, or Guyana Times. And why I'm talking about Guyana Times, I'll show it to you. This is what it looks like. Guyana Times. And listen, for some of you PNC people, don't get it twisted. They're not sponsoring me. They're not in any way contributing to what I say, that I'm not promoting Guyana Times. I'm not doing that. Don't get it twisted. I'm saying it came to my attention because I just happened to stumble upon the newspaper, and I saw the caption, the name Guyana Times. And what is pasted on the front page, the first thing that captivated my attention, which unfortunately I would love to do when it comes to my social media presence. I would love to do that to come with these kinds of breaking news. But because of the assholes that we have to deal with, these jerks that we have to deal with, I can't always come with something good. I can't always come bearing good news. So now I'm trying to. calm myself down for the sake of the decent folks who follow me by coming with something good. When I'm calm, I can deal with these assholes in a more serene way, peaceful, shanty. I can do that. But right now, the headline of Guyana Times, it reads, 1.45 billion Guyana dollars, Aubrey Barker Road to be completed by year end. Aubrey Barker Road. Where is that exactly? Anyway, it's somewhere there. The point is, from what I gather, that road, the Aubrey Barker Road, takes you into neighborhoods that are predominantly, supposedly, PNC supporters, who continue to use their platform to bash an innocent man like our president, Irfan Ali. And he just commissioned, he okayed, as a matter of fact, he is pushing and continue to push his government, his cabinet, and he is in such a hurry to finish all of these projects and all of these promises that he continued to make. He's in such a hurry to achieve it. You think that 5 years is next year. He wants to get all of this done within a year, but it's not possible. However, 1.45 billion Guyana dollars towards the completion of a road that benefits who? Black people. Black people are the ones who will benefit from this road. Massive infrastructure development. And to know that that's the side where the PNC finds their support. That's where they get their bread. They don't deserve it. They get their bread. First thing you can think about, the man just retained his second half of his second term. And the first thing he can think about is fixing the roads in the black neighborhoods that benefits the black people. And they're the ones who are right now conspiring with this loser to destabilize the society because he don't want to go to jail. Yeah, Muhammad. He don't want to go to jail. So my information is that they're planning to protest. They are planning these shitty things they always do. And don't tell me it's the idea of the Win people. You see, it was the plan of Aubrey Norton to use this billionaire to use his stolen money, taxpayers' money, to bribe them scraps and scrapes and whoever, them vagabonds, to think that he can create this illusion that he has a vibrant party, then to hustle the voters from the PPP. Instead, the Negroes do what they do best and trick the sponsors into believing that, yes, we're going to go and we're going to break down the PPP. We are going to bring down the PPP. And instead, who fell? Who fell? PNC. You plan to dig a pit for God's children, and your children fall in the pit. That's what happened to the PNC. So now they're conspiring. And it ain't no conspiracy. I don't think my sources are going to deceive me. They know who I am. They know I hold no bars. They know that my mouth is not zipped. I don't understand what it is to be silent. It's not possible. This is why it's Uncensored Guyana, and I am Dr. Prasad. Why? Because I'm your precious gift. And I'm saying, as your precious gift, the Win Party, which is largely PNC, is planning massive countrywide protest. They are planning that. I've said a few days ago And I want to reiterate my point. I want to force this in. I've said it a few days ago. Listen to me. Anybody that is using the white man's platform from somebody's free Wi-Fi and the Chinese man's telephone to post things to the detriment of this society, of the Guyanese society, the society that your grandfathers, your fathers bled for because of some corrupt, confused, criminally diseased billionaire who wants to resist arrest. From the time those posts becomes available on social media, pursue the persons behind the post. A lot of them are in Guyana. Pursue them. Get them, get their phones, and get their freedom. If you are living in Guyana and you have access to the Times Guyana papers, the Guyana Times papers, and if every day that paper is coming to you with these headlines, like 1.1 billion, 450 million Guyana dollars for roads. And not only that, below this headline, I read the UK Export Agency hikes, means they raise it, financing ceiling for Guyana to 3 billion. Fucking kidding me? 3 billion. That's a foreign country, foreign company. The United Kingdom. They're no longer massa for this country. The country is foreign. The country is a sovereign country. But yet, because of what our president, the prince of politics in Guyana, well, Jagdeo is the king. I mean, we rightly have Jagdeo River Bridge. So we have the prince, the king, then we have the prince. The prince of politics in Guyana, President Irfan Ali, because of what he has done. In the 3 years, he had access to really govern undisturbedly. And for the last year, all them nonsense to deal with, all those violent protests and burnings, and I'm still seeking justice for the Doubleday Hotel. I'm still seeking justice. I ain't finished with that situation. I told you before, don't think you're going to come and fuck up the lives of the people, and then when things calm down, all is forgiven and forgotten. No, I ain't forget. That community is still suffering for what you fools did. Still suffering. And in case you are wondering, the actions of those fools, those thugs, those vagabonds back in Tushin, when that fake story about, was it sacrifice, kidnappings, molestation? How is it that you people come up with these ideas? You're sick. You're fucking sick. The same way now you're coming up with ideas to protest for this asshole. How do your mind can be so creative with danger, but you can't do good in school? You can't do good in school. You are rebelling against your teachers. You're fighting your teachers. Every damn day you open the papers or you go on social media, there are 2 thug children. Like I said, if you open your legs for these losers to fuck you, when you get babies, what do you think you produce? Criminals. So when they go to school, they fight amongst themselves and they think it's nice. Oh, it's cool. Look at me. I can fight with this girl. Look at me. I can slap this boy around. Look at who their daddies and their mommies are. Losers from the ghetto. All of them is responsible for the PNC's collapse. All of them. So now again, they are capitalizing on this idea that it's not possible for the PNC to lose the elections. So therefore, something must have happened. Now we have this idiot and his father about to leave the country on a long paid vacation, highly secured. They'll be having what you call high class service, security to the max, free of cost. Now you have all these losers are planning to fight for these people, to fight for the Mohammeds. You fucking idiots. No matter how much I tried to be decent. Seriously, I tried to be decent. My mother begged me. She begged me. She said, I'm going to pray for you. Can you please not cuss? I said, Mother, you know the audience of this country I have to deal with. You know what they're doing. I can't tell them Jesus saves. Allahu Akbar. Sitaram. I can't do that. I have to tell them as it is. That's the only language they understand. Pray for me, Mother, and I'll seek redemption when the time is right. But this is what they are doing. This is what they are doing. When I get all of these information, I ask, where did you get this from? They says, Doc, this is credible. This is credible. They want to break the system. This has been pushed from the PNC side because Win, Azruddin Mohammed and the Win party is the PNC. They're fucking APNU under a different name. This is why there was no big issue when the PNC lost 16 seats to these people. They did what kind of attack did they come with? They quietly accepted it and he pulled his legs, his tail between his legs after I warned him that he should quit. Yes, Norton, I tell you to stop the nonsense. Then you concede. But you're not listening. I said, give the party to Ganesh Mahipal. Give the party to Ganesh Mahipal. Azruddin would not be around. The best thing to do is let another Indo-Guyanese take his place. Not you. Another Indo-Guyanese. Them niggas will be loyal. The black people will be loyal to Ganesh, but not you, Norton. They don't want you. Tell them. And you know what? Fuck it. Don't tell them. I'm talking directly now to the parents, to the grandparents of the young Afro-Guyanese boys and girls. I'm talking to you, not your children. Your children are idiots. I'm talking to you. You disseminated information. I let them understand that you as the mother, it is your womb that will pain, that will agonize, that will be stressed if something happens to them. Tell them you are the one who will suffer the loss, not them. You value their lives, bringing them to completion in pregnancy. You underwent the knife, the C-section, the pain of delivery. It was you, the mother. So they didn't come because they choose life. You chose life for them. So you caution these fools and let them understand if they do the stupid thing to say they're going out and joining whatever call to try to think that President Ali has some agenda to get rid of Azruddin Mohammed because he don't want to make him the opposition leader. I don't want to make the asshole no fucking opposition leader. Not the president. I don't want. Let them protest against me. I don't want it. I am saying I'm going to file a lawsuit against GCOM. GCOM did the injustice to Guyana. GCOM should never have certified or accepted or whatever registration department that granted the Mohammeds that permission to start a political party. They should be held responsible. Now we have the parliament. And since it's up to the president to decide the date to convene the parliament, I'm using my own voice on behalf of me, myself, and I to ask President Irfan Ali not to convene the parliament. Not to convene the parliament. It is an extra disaster to the country. Don't you think I want to keep seeing headlines like this? 1 billion plus in roads, 3 billion plus in extension of loans and financing. I want to keep seeing that. That's what I want to see. That's what motivates the Guyanese people. The Guyanese that are progressive, that are ambitious, that are saying, hey, look how much money is out there. I can start a company. I can finish my degree. I can change course. I can go along this line because this is what the country needs. Because of all of these headlines, and not just headlines, a matter of fact. That's what I want to continue. But if you see on the fucking newspaper and the internet, oh, Guyana again, sanctioned businessman would be soon arrested by the Americans for crimes against humanity. Yes, it's humanity. Because when you steal your taxes, when you rob the government of taxes, you are robbing the poor people of that country. You are robbing development of that country. So yes, it's crimes against humanity. You, Mohammed family, committed crimes against humanity in that respect. Yes, drugs and all the other stuff you were accused of, it's crimes against humanity. So I'm saying now, when you have these kinds of headlines, followed by massive protest, and these idiots like Gordon Mosley saying, oh, constitutionally, when constitutionally, what the fuck is it? Opposition leader elected constitution. Yes, we know it's a constitution. But the Constitution is the same thing that you and the PNC always talk about that needs to change when it doesn't suit your narrative. When it doesn't suit your narrative, the Constitution needs to be reformed. But when it's against the smooth running of the country, or it seems to be in favor of the People's Progressive Party and President Ali, oh, now you know the Constitution is sacred. But when you were fucking up for 5 years, 2015, 2020, the Constitution was under question, under scrutiny. So I'm saying now, this is what's trending around social media. They're building up tension. Nobody can extradite Azruddin. No police can go arrest him. No Interpol. No attorney general can do whatever. I want to commend the Attorney General for having the balls to come on his show and says yes, as long as the American do the legitimate thing and make a request, the government of Guyana, the Justice Department will do what it has to do because we have an extradition treaty for over 100 years. Over 100 years. I don't care who get extradited or who didn't get extradited. I don't give a fuck. What I care about right now is that the parliament don't have to sustain a curse by having a cursed person lead the opposition. He would be worse than the ex-wife. He would not even be the side girlfriend. He would be worse than the ex-wife. He would be the bitch that nobody wants. He would just be the prostitute from the neighborhood that smokes cocaine. That's the presence of Win in the parliament. We don't want that. No way. We don't want that. What we need is Attorney General Anil Nandalal. When the order comes, and please, America, can you get on with it? We want to move on with our lives in Guyana. We want to continue our development. There is so much that has to be done. Can you get on with it and stop playing politics? Send the order. Let your State Department send the order. Donald Trump, President Trump, you are a man of action. These people robbed your country. They broke your laws. They didn't pay your taxes. Imagine that. When I consider these charges that these people have, one that stood out that really got me pissed. I was so angry, folks. That's why I didn't come on live yesterday. I'm not angry right now. Don't get it twisted. I'm not angry. But when I read the part that says, They ship boxes from the Middle East, empty boxes, all the way to Guyana just to secure that free stamp so they wouldn't pay. Are you fucking kidding me? So many times just because they don't want to pay the taxes and pay their fair share. They shipped it all the way. What kind of a scam is that? You make those guys in India and Nigeria look good. Those Indians and Nigerian scammers, they look decent. They don't need Jesus. You fellas do. Because like Islam ain't working for you. All the way. Just because you want to rob a country that you come on campaign and talk about Guyana first, the money belongs to us. The president and the PPP, they're stealing the oil money. They funded their campaign about this. And imagine you win, you Azruddin Muhammad. You and your pundits are accusing President Ali and Jagdi and all these people about stealing when you have lived a life of fucking thievery. All your wealth. Where did you find the money to buy that Lamborghini? Oh, it's 600 plus thousand American dollars. It's not 76,000. I checked because I thought you can't be that lucky. Not just you. Nobody likes you. You couldn't be that lucky to find a Lamborghini that looks like that for 76,000. I asked you months ago. I need one. I want to buy a Lamborghini. Yes, it's time that Dr. Prasad looks good in a Lamborghini. I begged you, I said, please, can you tell me the dealer from whom you bought this car? Because I want one. I would find, I'll pay 80,000. I need a Lamborghini. Azruddin, I begged you to tell me, who did you buy it from? So I figured, you know what? The fact that this guy claims he's a billionaire, he couldn't be a billionaire being generous. You got to be greedy. So he would never tell me where he bought that cheap Lamborghini from. I had to do my own investigation. I was about to believe that maybe the Americans are jealous of this guy, that he is the only one in the world that found a Lamborghini like that for 76,000 American dollars. The whole world was jealous of you, Azruddin. I was giving you that a few months ago. I wanted to verify that, you know what, this is jealousy. So I did my own investigation. I asked everybody. I even asked the companies that dismantle these cars, can you please find me a Lamborghini? I would pay up to 90,000. Can you please help me out here? I want to impress people. I want to see the president. And if the president see me with a Lamborghini, we're like, hey, fuck it, let that guy come see me. So please help me out here. I searched. You know what, Azruddin? People from Win, all those hungry bellies that talks for you, I'm talking to you too. You know what happened? The cheapest one I could find out of Saudi Arabia, the cheapest Lamborghini I could find that somebody drove for like 10 years. No tires, only the body. The seat is fucked up. The cheapest one, 400,000 American dollars. That's the cheapest one. 400,000. So I'm asking, I said, no, it's because I'm black. This is racism. This is racism because I'm black. I told them before, I identify as Indian. Don't look at the outside. Believe me, give me a better price. 400,000, excluding shipping and handling. By the time it get to me, it will be like, might as well just forget it. And you, the billionaire, Indo-Guyanese, you ain't black, so you can't say it's racism. Your sister's married to a white man, even better. You find a Lamborghini for 76,000? Are you kidding me? No. I told my sources that and they said, hell no, hell fucking no. Hell no. If that guy ain't pay $1 million, the best price he can get is 700,000. The best price. It turned out that you bought it for 600 plus thousands. Imagine that. And those lowlifes rallied behind your ambition to be president because you love the Guyanese people. Oh, President Ali in building houses for people, but you're building houses. President Ali this, and we're going to be transparent, brother. Oh, sorry, being brother. You want to be transparent, Mohammed? Declare your taxes. Declare your taxes, how much you really earn, how much taxes you pay. That's transparency. Secondly, speak the truth. Because the paper trail show that you paid over 600,000. And the taxes on that is in the tens of millions. You ain't paid. Now them scraps are planning to protest for fucking you? Are you out your mind? No, not you, them. You live all your life of luxury. You were so high and mighty that you, even if you have to pass by All Boys Town with your cars, you'll ask your drivers, can we find another route? You don't want to move your vehicles anywhere close through a ghetto, by a ghetto, because that's how hateful you were to black people. Not black people, niggers. And suddenly, the hammer fell, the sanctions fell, 2024. They seized $5.3 million American dollars worth in gold from you, and you start feeling the effect. You run to the ghetto, pretending to love those Negroes. You want to drink some cane juice, or you want to eat some egg ball, but when you get home, you drink a lot of bleach to get it out your system. Just because you want to seduce them into thinking that you are like them, so you can get their support, and they can come and they can block the bullets for you, like they did when GRA went to seize their property, not yours. Those vehicles that GRA went to seize, it's their properties. You ain't pay, so they come and reclaim. It belongs to them. Those Negroes who came out and stood in front of the gun for you, they still don't get it. They still don't get it. They go vote for you. They voted for you because Aubrey Norton thought we can break the PPP. We can break the PPP. But instead, what he was doing, he was breaking the ghetto, splitting the ghetto. You took a part, it's like you and him, the husband and fucking wife, you know? So because you're together for a while, you're like, hey, we can't be together anymore, let's separate. So when you separated, you took the rejected kids with all the junk, you took that, and Aubrey was left with what? The retirement. He was left with that. So what happened right now? You're out. He set you up. Norton set you up, Azruddin. He didn't jag you. I mean, look at Vice President Jagdeo. When they were commissioning the bridge, the man was so humble. And he was so unimpressed. Really, Vice President, I have to call you out for this. I didn't like that, you know. You should have smiled. The camera was looking at you. You were unimpressed. Because to you, it's like, what are you doing, Ali? Why didn't you just call the bridge your Irfan Ali Bridge? What are you doing? I never asked you to put my name on the bridge. I'm not impressed. If we had gotten 40 seats, I would have been impressed. But we got 37. So, Vice President Jagdeo, I saw that you were not impressed, but at least you should have smiled. Pretend like you like it. So that's the thing. They think that the PPP, President Ali, Vice President Jagdeo, is involved in some conspiracy. All these kinds of fake checks and fake fucking this and fake invoices and all this fake bullshit. You think the FBI or whoever else would see those fake stuff and say, we have the wrong guy? Oh no, Mr. Muhammad, we apologize. It's not you we should be after, it's this guy. Is that what you're hoping for? Azruddin and the Win people? All these fake stuff you're pushing, all these fake this and fake that and fake this. Are you hoping that the Americans would find favor with you? And you with them? And they would say, Justice Department, Florida court, listen, we have the wrong guy. We have to remove the indictment, remove the sanction because we need to go after this guy with this fake check. Is that it? You're starting a propaganda war to incite people to justify coming out to burn stuff, to protest. You're now trying to further break the credibility of the elections. So people will be now in sympathy with Azruddin. Oh, they're persecuting him. They are in collusion with the Americans. Let me tell you something, you idiots. Guyana is not that influential. President Irfan Ali is an Indo-Guyanese. Sometimes I think he's a black man too, but Indo-Guyanese. Vice President Jagdeh is an Indo-Guyanese. They have no influence whatsoever over Trump or his Justice Department. If they were white and Jews, you might think. But the fact that they are colored, no influence. As we all know, these guys are racist, right? So how can you accuse the president of Guyana, who is brown-skinned, Indo-Guyanese, of influencing the mighty American justice system to come after a political opponent? What fucking opponent? The man already secured his votes. What opponent? If the president really wanted to crush Azruddin Mohammed, he committed a lot of crimes in Guyana. They were already investigating him long before for tax evasion. They could have used that to crush him a long time, if it was their intentions to really crush that man. This thing started under the PNC, remember that? 2017. Who was president? Barack? Ali? Nandalal? Or me? 2017. Who was the president of Guyana? Granger. The pursuit for the criminal started long before that, but the actual investigation became active publicly, and the information came out publicly from 2017. Granger was president. 3 years after that was the 2020 elections. How the heck this is Ali's fault? How is the PPP behind this? When it was Granger, Justice Department, Granger officers who were giving information to the FBI regarding the fucking Mohammeds. It wasn't the PPP, it was the PNC. It was the PNC. And who was the Home Affairs Minister at the time? Kemraj Ramjatan. Kemraj Ramjatan. Allegedly, the same man who received $1 million to shut up on the smuggling case with the boat that was hijacked at Curacao. Allegedly, don't sue me now. I said allegedly. Kemraj was you. 2 million, yeah, 2 million. It is said that Kemraj Ramjatan was paid 2 million Guyana dollars to shut up about this, the gold heist that happened with the Mohammed's involvement around 2012, 2013. Wasn't it? Go and look. But you wouldn't see the bribe issue. I got my sources. You got sources, I got sources. But allegedly. So I asked the question to Kemraj Ramjatan a long time. Sir, Kemraj, Can you answer? Did you or did you not receive 2 million Guyana dollars to shut up about the gold heights that involved the Mohammeds? Did you or did you not? I'm still waiting for an answer. And as we know, politicians don't give answers. But he was the Home Affairs Minister at the time. So how did they get all this information? They had to work with the Ministry of Home Affairs, the FBI. Can we say that Kamraj leaked info? Was he a part of it? Why can't we accuse them? Why can't we accuse the PNC justice system in the time for giving the information against the Mohammeds and all the other persons whom subsequently faced sanctions? Why you blame poor Ali, man? And when you blame Ali, I look bad because I associate my credibility to the PPP. I'm not a spokesperson. I'm not a spokesperson for the PPP. I'm not speaking on behalf of President Ali. President Ali does not endorse my messages. We have no synchronization whatsoever. So don't go thinking he's a part of what I say. He has nothing to do with what I say. Okay? Nothing whatsoever. I'm not speaking on behalf of the PPP, the government, or any political party. I speak on behalf of me. Me, myself, and I. I want Guyana's progress to continue. Get out your house, folks, mothers, black mothers, get out your house. Walk around your communities. Take your sons with you. Tell them to pull their pants up. Pull their pants up. They ain't gay. Fucking homos to sag your pants like a thug. Pull the pants up. Walk with them in the neighborhood and say, hey, listen to me. Look at this. This wasn't here 10 years ago. 7 years ago. It wasn't here. Do you like what you see? Would you like to enjoy living in these neighborhoods? Would you like the chance in the future to drive with your own vehicle over the Barajati River Bridge? Yeah. Would you like the opportunity to visit America without having to go in line or producing fake documents to get a visa? Yes, mommy, I would like that. Good. If that is your intention, son, don't fucking join the call of PNC to go and protest or to go loot or to go steal and get shot. Don't do it. Because as your mother, you women tell them, as their mother, you give birth to them because you want them to come into the world, into this Guyanese world, and enjoy their fucking life. And the only way they can enjoy their life, don't align themselves with thuggery, with garbage, with crime. Don't join the gangs. PNC is a gang. Don't join them. Let them just dwindle and let the wind blow them away. And the Win party, understand, it's a loser party. They're wrong. You should sue them for using that name. It's not a name, the initials, WIN. Sue them for using it. It should be LO. Well, then again, Win means we invest in Negroes. So I get it. Okay, fine. You can keep it. But just at the end of it, write Negroes. We invest in Negroes. Because the people right now who are planning the protest, the chaos, are not Chinese. They are not Europeans. They are not Indo-Guyanese. They are the Negroes. They're the ones who are calling to come out and let's stand up for right, because the PPP is persecuting Muhammad because they're afraid of him. How the fuck would they be afraid? He would be if he was a nice guy, he would be the opposition leader. How can the PPP, the almighty with 36 seats, be afraid of a man with 16 seats? You tell me. We have the majority of the parliament. What fear are you talking about? What fear? Seriously. How could Muhammad represent himself in the parliament? What is he going to do? Consult with Doggy? He didn't even want Doggy to go in the parliament because Doggy is a fucking embarrassment. You think he's going to have his telephone when he's trying to debate the budget? Huh? And say, hold on, Doggy, I'll put you on speaker. Mr. Speaker, the 1.5 billion Obi Barker Road, Doggy, what do we say here? Is that how it's going to be? No, we don't need that. So I'm saying, Anil Nandalal, if the US justice system didn't send the request yet, can you please pick up your phone and call them? Send me, I'll go take it for you. Call them and say, where is the notice? What's taking you so long? I am waiting in my office to receive this notice from you, US Justice Department, so I can hand it over to the relevant authorities. We know where Muhammad lives. He doesn't have dogs. He has people guarding him. We can deal with them. But send it fast so we can go get it. Get him and deliver him to you. He need to lose some weight anyway. So please, Guyana's progress depends on political stability, social stability. We need to maintain that. My responsibility is to see justice served to the Guyanese people. Azruddin Mohammed, you robbed the taxpayers of Guyana. That gold and all them stuff you did ain't belong to you. Everybody else has to pay their fair share. I bought this newspaper. I had to pay taxes on this. VAT. Everything that is bought in the country, there is a tax attached to it. And you get away with it. You're the billionaire. I'm not rich. I still have to pay my taxes. You are the billionaire. And you are allowed to get away with not paying taxes. That shit ain't happening. Go pay the American their taxes. Go pay for your crime there. And when you finish, after the 100 years, I hope that you'll be kept alive and you can come and pay it here. You can come to Guyana and pay your taxes there. After. But in the meantime, dear Justice Department of Guyana, can you go after the properties? Start seizing the properties. The Americans already seized $5.3 million. Can you start the process? Because when this case is tried and a judgment is pronounced, if the judgment is pronounced when it comes to fortitude, what do you think happens? OFAC is there. They're going to come and seize the properties of the Mohammeds in Guyana. What happened to you? What happened to our cut, our share? All their monies they have buried where and hidden where. Whoever sees the properties, they own whatever is on that property. We need our share. And make sure that they don't get away to Venezuela. Because if they get away to Venezuela to avoid being arrested in Guyana, the Americans are going to go after them in Venezuela. That means they may very well start the war. And if that war is started, it's going to affect the neighbors. Guyana, Suriname, Brazil would be affected. Save all of us from that. Save us from that. Be the Christ in the situation. And please call the Justice Department and ask them if the order is on the way. Let them email it to you. We don't deal with fax anymore, do we? But let them WhatsApp it. And they can FedEx the original. Do something. But get these people out of the country so they can take their curse with them. And let the other party, the members from Win, go back to their regular jobs. Let Odessa, what's her name? Odessa, go back to the gym so she can start the work of working on that bad attitude? Well, let Dougie go back to being an asshole, and let all of these so-called fake people go back to their regular job. And let the daughter of David Hines, the Rasta one, the lesbian, I'm saying what I'm saying. Go back to reorientation, reindoctrination. We don't need them. It's too contagious, man. They're toxic. They're like the Addams family. You know the horror Addams family? Where some is vampire, this one is a werewolf, this one is a this. The Addams family. Win is like the Addams family. And Azruddin don't know exactly where he is. He don't know what role of the family he plays. But now the role that he plays that everybody knows is the role of the soon-to-be federal inmate. I hope his number would be 16. Federal inmate number 16. Seriously, man. It concerns me. I wanted to chill, really. I thought to myself, for my own health and my peace and my aura, let me not be distracted by all the things I'm seeing, and people are sending me this, sending me that. I'm like, let me take a break from that. But when I think about the fact that even last week, and I want you to pay attention to this, en route, very, very law-abiding citizens, prominent people in Guyana, en route to Suriname, to do what Guyanese loved to do, shopping. These people were on their way to transit from South Drain, via Berbice, you know the Skeldon area, you know what I'm talking about. Only to meet with blockage across the roadways. When the police have roadblocks, they don't use dead trees. They don't use empty drums, broken bottles scattered on the roadways. They don't use that. But these fucking thugs and Berbice there, these scraps and vagabonds and criminals who found their way up there, hiding in the bushes, block the roadways for vehicles at that hour of the morning. You know, in the morning time when they try to beat the traffic, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. at that time, on way to Skeldon, then to go to the South Drain, that lonely road. There is a section where they're blocking it at that time when it's far from the cops getting there to rob vehicles, to jump the vehicles. When you stop, you can't get anywhere. And the time you take to turn around, they run out of the bushes, block your car, pull out whatever weapons they have, and rob the passengers. That is fucking last week. Last week. These people experienced that. Yes, building it up. They started, they just hear about sanction. They just hear that their boss wants to be taken. They start with a little thing. The police must look into that. I don't know if these people have made a report. I don't know if the police were called in, but they sent the information. I spoke with one of the individuals who were actually in one of the vehicles, who said they were fearful for their lives. For their lives. They thought that there was a problem, not knowing that the roads were blocked at 3 different points. So if you manage to get through one, you got to meet another one. Give the thieves enough time to get to your vehicles and rob you. That is, I'm talking about persons leaving Guyana en route to Suriname, Skeldon area, going up to wherever they go to get to the South Drain. That is last week. You would think at this time when there's so much development, even in Berbice. It's amazing to see what is happening. Georgetown is a beautiful, there are so much the government is doing. There are hundreds of jobs. Forget the 100, there are thousands of jobs. And the best these people can do is to get up at 2 a.m. and plot and create public unrest just to steal? Just to steal? You know people are leaving Guyana to go to Suriname to invest so they have money on them. And your only plan is to put roadblocks using the barks of trees and spikes so you can damage their tires, only to rob them. What the fuck you do with the money after you rob them? Go smoke it? Your junkies? What, you go buy your girlfriend some cheap ring? What you do with the money? If those people in those vehicles en route to Suriname have big guns in their cars, and when they realize that the roads are blocked, they stay in their cars and wait. And you black mothers, your sons, creep out the bushes to go and overpower these cars. And then the men in the cars open fire with their automatic weapons and kill all them fucking niggas. What you gonna do? You're gonna say it's a setup? Yeah, well, it's a setup. Because they know that them niggas will be there to steal from them. They set them up. If they weren't robbers, even if these guys in the car had bombs, they won't have a need to use them because the place is peaceful. They just drive their way, come their way, nobody there to affect them. But because of so many complaints about vehicles being robbed en route, people have to now be proactive, prepared for it, anticipate that happening. So they gotta go protecting themselves. So when they see these masked men coming out of the bushes, open fire on them before they get to your cars. You know how long it will take the police to get to you? Where you're located? And now we have all these calls in these different pockets trying to build up a platform, trying to build up a reason to justify protest for the Mohammeds, and you have these things already starting. We have to shut it down. My option, my method is to deal with crime how the criminals deal with their victims. If a criminal put a gun to somebody's head to rob them, if you have that action on camera, the same hand he took to put a gun to somebody's head, chop off the fucking hand. That's justice. If they kill somebody in the process of executing their crime, the state should kill them. Kill the criminals who kill people. That's the justice. That's justice. They want to destroy people's property, destroy their lives. They want to upset the law and order, the smooth running of the government, upset their fucking lives. That's what you do. I don't want to hear about leniency and this. And President Ali, can your government stop funding the GHRA? So many initials. The Guyana Human Rights Association. Can you stop giving them grants? The Ethnic Relations Commission. Can you stop funding these people if you are? Let them go hustle. Let them do something and do fundraising for themselves. But don't fund these people because they are useless. Their only agenda is to target your progress as a government, undermine your progress, and to turn the people against the beauties of the development of the country. That's all they do. Stop funding them. They should be behind the government right now in supporting the initial to deport the Mohammeds to federal prison. They should be behind that because justice is justice. What they have done to this economy by robbing the government, by robbing the country, by putting the country on this international global map as sanctioned drug smuggling, gun smuggling, corruption, and all these stuff. You NGOs, if you are only and if you are truly for the Guyanese people, you should stand behind the government of your country and oppose the swearing in of such a person. Every sensible and decent organization, religious organization, should come out and stand in solidarity to say we cannot support a parliament that has an opposition leader that has so much of issues on his head and can be potentially dangerous when he is for the country. Please do not swear in the opposition. Keep the parliament suspended. Do not convene the parliament. Mr. Nandalal, call the Justice Department. Let them send you the notification. Let them make the request. And please ship Muhammad and his father the fuck out the country. Please. So they can convene the parliament and have the PNC be the opposition with their 12 seats. Give them something to do. At least they'll be impressed. The Campbell guy can say, I'm opposition leader. He doesn't make money with his business, so he needs a side hustle. So being in the parliament and the leader of the opposition faction, that's his side hustle. Yeah, they're a disgrace for black people. You know, focus on your business. You want to get into politics. If your business is failing, you think politics is going to help it? If your business is failing, you are failing. Politics is not for you. You should have left Aubrey Norton. Aubrey Norton, put Ganesh Mahipal. Put Mahipal. But you would be the opposition again. Don't worry. I promise you. The Win members will not be sworn in. They will not be sworn in. So you, the PNC, with your 12 seats, would be the new opposition party in the Guyana's National Assembly. Until next time, I beg you, if you have information, you hear something, spy on any group, any site, any page that you see is pushing for protests, is calling for protests, anything you have regarding that, send me the information or forward the link to the police agency in Guyana, to whatever department they need to, forward those links to them so they can follow it up and understand where it is coming from. But I'm saying they're planning to have nationwide protest in support of the extradition, against the extradition of Azruddin and his father to the United States. If this is credible, which I think it is, please shut it down. This is Dr. Prasad saying, until next time, goodbye now.